Not too bad here as temperatures are hovering around average, but some not so good news for Florida as now Hurricane Dorian bears down for the holiday weekend. We'll have the latest. Paula?
Hi, Ben. These backpacks are not just backpacks. They really are a valuable way to keep the memory of two beautiful children alive. We'll explain in a live report, Karen.
Major developments out of the UK today, why the Queen has dismissed all of Parliament and how it's putting the country in risk of turmoil as the Brexit deadline looms. Plus, back here at home, court filings from a murder trial reveal some shocking allegations. The deadly substance a local man is accused of putting in his wife's cereal.
Live from downtown, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit. Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Top stories we're following at 4. The FBI has conducted a raid at the home of UAW President Gary Jones. The raid is the latest development of a years-long investigation into bribes, kickbacks, and attempts by auto executives to influence labor negotiations with the UAW. At this hour, no word on what might have been seized during the raid. 5 years after his wife's death, a man is charged with killing her by allegedly putting heroin in her cereal. This happened over in Davison near Flint. It was back in 2014. Christina Thompson died. Her death was ruled an accidental overdose. Her friends were shocked and said she never used drugs. After friends and family told police that Jason Harris actually talked about getting rid of his wife and hiring a hitman, police arrested him and then investigated. Harris was in court Tuesday, denied bond. We've now learned that Novi man Paul Whelan could not move for 4 days after being injured in prison. Whelan's brother David tells us this. Paul has been suffering from a hernia and has not received medical attention, even though he needs surgery. We're told prison guards are retaliating against Whelan for going public with his claims of inhumane treatment. Just last week, a Russian judge extended Paul's sentence 2 more months. Turning to Waterford Township this afternoon, where police are investigating a deadly fire as a homicide. One woman was killed Tuesday at the home on North Lynn Street near West Huron. Police are looking for a man who has been seen at that house before, even as recently as twice last night after the fire. Now, he's said to have cut the grass at that house and may cut other people's lawns as well. Police say the man drives an older, rusted, white minivan. The city of Detroit has a big project to upgrade downtown's Spirit Plaza. That's the space at the corner of Woodward and Jefferson. $800,000 will be spent to bring added seating, a stage for performances, new green space, and a playscape for kids. The work is expected to be done by October. Time now for our first look at the forecast. Ben joins us. Another picture-perfect day out there, Ben.
Yeah, and less humidity, Karen, than what we were dealing with yesterday. So all in all, probably a nicer finish, but we are tracking a few showers here in northern parts of the state. For the most part, that's going to stay away from us. It'd be too tough to completely rule out a sprinkle here in the north zone this evening, but the vast majority of us are staying dry and fairly comfortable too. Temperatures in the 60s, humidity is going to remain low. Our luck is going to turn tomorrow as we're going to usher in some better chances of rain. And of course, there's plenty of that down in the Caribbean. This is now Hurricane Dorian and some very ominous news for Florida as we head towards the holiday weekend. We'll look at that and changes to our own forecast too in just minutes. Karen?
All right, thank you, Ben. The clock is ticking in the United Kingdom as the nation drifts closer and closer to a potentially disastrous separation from the European Union with no plan in place. Devin Skillion joins us now from the newsroom. Devin, there were some major developments today in Parliament.
There were indeed, Karen. Just this morning, the new British Prime Minister Boris Johnson asked the Queen to suspend Parliament and send them home early, and shortly before noon, she said yes. She really had no other alternative. So now lawmakers will be forced to suspend their fall session just days after lawmakers are set to return from their summer break. Parliament would then return in mid-October, but that's just 2 weeks before the Brexit deadline, which is October 31st. British opposition politicians and even some from Johnson's own Conservative Party are outraged by the decision.
You can't believe a word that this man says if you ever needed any more evidence. And God knows there's enough evidence of his disingenuous behaviour.
We will continue working together with everyone who wants to prevent this smash and grab against our democracy by the Prime Minister.
So Johnson is defending the move, saying that it's an effort for the government to get its affairs in order and to prepare for negotiations with the European Union. An especially risky move, though, because this could lead to what is known as the no-deal Brexit, in which the UK and the EU fail to set up really any transition plan, leaving the United Kingdom basically out in the cold, potentially, some fear, leading to worldwide economic ramifications. So we'll keep an eye as it's changing again by the hour. But for now, we'll send it back to you in the studio, Karen.
All right. Thank you, Devin. We'll see you at 5.
All righty.
Two local mothers who have been thrust together by a shared unspeakable pain have found a way to forge ahead in an incredible act of courage as well as compassion. The Utica moms both lost children in their infancies, and those children would have attended kindergarten this year together. And so the mothers turned their pain into action to help other children. We find Paula Tutman live at Burr Elementary School over in Utica. And Paula, this truly is an incredible story of fate.
Yeah, it really is. And I know this is an exciting time for so many parents. Karen, I know your kids have already gone back to school, and come Tuesday, this hallway is going to be filled with excited children. But 2 children are forever absent from the incoming kindergarten class. And for their mothers, well, these backpacks are just kind of a way to get them there. They met under difficult circumstances. Sabrina had a sick infant.
Sarah took care of Dominic in the NICU.
I was pregnant with Kate at the time.
He got home and he was just a sick boy. I want to cry.
You're okay.
He really treated that too.
It's okay. Mama.
Sorry.
Incredibly, the baby Sarah was carrying also fell ill with a rare genetic illness. It's hard to wrap your mind around bringing in hospice for a 3-month-old.
And so she was home with us for 2.5 days on hospice before she passed away.
Dominic and Kate would have been entering kindergarten this year together in the Utica Community School District.
And so I reached out to Sabrina via Facebook and just said, would you be interested in doing this?
And the mothers reconnected to create a way to fill the void.
This time of year is always really hard, especially with social media. You see everyone posting their back to school pictures, but knowing this year that there would be one missing.
And so they decided to put together a few backpacks for children in need.
It is painful. They walk into that first day, they're excited, there's a lot of enthusiasm, and they're looking around at what is the same and what is different with their peers. And when they see that other children are coming in with things that they don't have, they wonder why.
When you do something like you've done, other people hear about it, it gives them ideas, they want to jump on that positive bandwagon of doing for others.
The 3 surviving siblings, who mostly only know their brother and sister through pictures and the memories shared from their parents, jumped into the project as only elementary school children can, all in. And the next thing you know, they had collected and stocked 150 backpacks for Burr Elementary School kids.
And the community helped us, and our friends and family helped us.
Basically, 1 in 7 children who walk through these doors next Tuesday for the very first day of school will carry with them the memory of Dominic and Kate.
Students who on the first day of school would be walking in without a backpack on their back, now they will have the gift of a backpack on their back like all of the other children in their classroom.
Yeah, very cool. And listen, they don't have to wait until Tuesday because many of those children will actually be getting those backpacks this evening. Karen, this one's my favorite. I have to imagine this is the way to start school off right. Back to you.
I so agree with you, Paula. What a beautiful gift and such strong mothers. We appreciate it. Still ahead, verse 4, a day of fun in the sun turns into pure chaos.
Next year I see a chair getting broken over some guy's head.
How a towel sparked a 40-person fight at a California water park. Plus, bracing for impact, the new warning for thousands of people as Hurricane Dorian picks up speed with Florida right in its crosshairs.